A group of 42 Democratic lawmakers has called for an investigation by the Pentagon's Inspector General following reports that Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, might secure a significant contract to help develop President Donald Trump's proposed Golden Dome anti-missile defense system. Senators Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, and Tammy Duckworth have expressed their concerns in a letter to Acting Pentagon Inspector General Stephen A. Stebbins, emphasizing the need for transparency in the bidding process. The senators wrote, Mr. Musk's formal or informal involvement in any government contract awarding process raises serious conflict of interest concerns, including the possibility that SpaceX is a leading contender for the Golden Dome contract due to Mr. Musk's position in the government. The project, inspired by Israel's Iron Dome, was announced by President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at the White House. The president assured that it would be fully operational before he leaves office in January 2029 and capable of intercepting rockets, even if they are launched from space. The Independent Congressional Budget Office has warned that the project could cost up to $524 billion and take 20 years to complete. However, Trump has dismissed this estimate, suggesting a price tag closer to $175 billion and insisting it could be completed in just 3 years, starting with a $25 billion grant to initiate development. This effort will be led by Space Force General Michael Getline and the brightest minds in Silicon Valley. According to CNN, Elon Musk, who donated $288 million to the Republican election campaign last year, has lobbied Defense Secretary Hegseth for a role in the project. SpaceX is reportedly vying to win the contract to create the dome's custody layer, a network of satellites that would detect missiles, track their trajectory, and determine if they are heading towards the United States. Sources told Reuters that Musk's company has estimated that the preliminary engineering and design work for the custody layer would cost between $6 billion and $10 billion. The Pentagon has long warned that the newest missiles developed by China and Russia are so advanced that updated countermeasures are necessary. The Golden Dome's additional satellites and interceptors, which account for most of the program's cost, would focus on stopping these advanced missiles early or mid-flight. General Chance Saltzman, head of the U.S. Space Force, told lawmakers at a hearing that the space-based weapons envisioned for Golden Dome represent new and emerging requirements for missions never before accomplished by military space organizations. China and Russia have deployed offensive weapons in space, such as satellites capable of disabling critical American satellites, leaving the U.S. vulnerable to attack. Last year, the U.S. reported that Russia was developing a space-based nuclear weapon capable of loitering in space for extended periods, before releasing a burst that could disable surrounding satellites. President Trump stated he had not yet spoken to Russian President Vladimir Putin about the new program, but would do so at the right time. In a joint statement earlier this month, China and Russia described the Golden Dome as deeply destabilizing, warning that it would transform outer space into an environment for placing weapons and an arena for armed confrontation. No funding has been allocated for the project yet, and overall, it remains still in the conceptual stage, newly confirmed Air Force Secretary Troy Mank told senators. The U.S. already possesses numerous missile defense capabilities, such as Patriot missile batteries provided to Ukraine, and an array of satellites in orbit to detect missile launches. Some existing systems will be integrated into Golden Dome. In an executive order signed on January 27 during his first week in office, Trump directed the Pentagon to pursue space-based interceptors.